You got to slow down because you're talking so fast I can't understand you. I keep hearing all time, but that's all I'm getting.
You got to prove that you got power of attorney law over me. I'll have to sue the courthouse for 100-fold.
Mr. Goodman, I don't have to prove a damn thing to you, sir. If you're here on the
you got to prove that you got power of attorney law over me. My name is not those capital letters, so I'm an Israelite from the 12 tribes. So what I'm saying is I'm representing myself. That's all that needs to be said. I'm a human being. I'm a living man. I'm a living being. I'm not no cargo. I'm not none of that.
Unless you are a price on a can of beans, we don't need a barcode.
All right, everyone, today we've got a wild one. Judge Oakley is back, and as always, he's managing a sovereign citizen in the greatest way possible. I have to admit, I truly respect the way he deals with these cases. Nobody does it better. Now this person in court today, he's facing accusations for abusing his girlfriend, but instead of taking, he's pulling the standard sovereign citizen crap. Seriously, when will these folks realize this strategy never works? As you watch, let me know what you think, because I have a strong suspicion this person isn't exactly a genius. All right, let's get into it and watch how this explosive hearing plays out.
Mr. Bowditch, are you ready on Goodman?
Well, Your Honor, I spoke with Mr. Goodman. Mr. Goodman asked me to tell you that the prosecutor in this case has no power of attorney over him. He's an Israelite. There's no grounds under the bar code this matter should be dismissed. I believe he may want to represent himself. You may ask for some clarification if you talk to Mr. Goodman, but that's what he told me to tell you.
Thank you. Mr. Goodman, are you requesting that you represent yourself on this matter? You're muted, Mr. Goodman.
What I'm saying is nobody has power of attorney law over me through the barcode. I'm the beneficiary. My name is not those capital letters, so I'm an Israelite from the 12 tribes. So what I'm saying is I'm representing myself. That's all that needs to be said, because that's what the law is. I got common law jurisdiction. It's a non-violent crime. So I push for it to be dismissed under the barcode.
Well, it's not going to be dismissed today. So simple question. Are you representing yourself from this point forward? Yes or no?
Yes, I'm counseling myself.
All right. Mr. Bowditch, you're out. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I said, are you planning on filing a motion, or would you like to set this case for trial?
I'm planning on filing a motion to dismissal because there's no grounds or no standing over my case, because nobody has power of attorney law to hear me, to even take this process even further. You got to prove that first. You got to prove that you got power of attorney law over me to hear this matter. Okay, I'm an Israelite.
You're saying, but you don't know what you're talking about.
I do know what I'm talking about. You don't have power of attorney law. The prosecutor don't have power of attorney law. You don't have power of attorney law. It's under the barcode.
Mr. Goodman, please do not interrupt me. I'm trying to be polite.
Okay, it's under the barcode, though. This is what you signed up to do. You're a public servant.
So unless you are a price on a can of beans, we don't need a barcode.
Yes, I am. I'm a human being. I'm not a deity. I'm a human being. I'm a living man. I'm a living being. I'm not no cargo. I'm not none of that. It's under the barcode. This is the real law.
Come here.
You have no standing or no ground.
Mr. Goodman, I'm going to give you a date for your motion.
I'm only here to claim for a reason.
Pardon me?
I want all my rights intact to me at all times. Do you agree?
Oh, so this guy wants to maintain every single right he thinks he has, even the fake ones, like the so-called right to drive without a license. That's just not how it works. Driving is a privilege, not a right, and the government restricts it for a reason. That's just plain law. But here's where it gets even more ridiculous. Now he's claiming to be an Israelite. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this truly seems like a feeble attempt to remove himself from the sovereign citizen title. Honestly, it appears like he's just trying to avoid the repercussions of the garbage he's been following. What do you guys think? Drop your thoughts and let's get back into it.
I can't understand what you're saying. I think you're too close to your mic.
I want all my rights intact to me at all times. Do you agree?
I can't understand you, so no, I don't agree. I hear you're something
okay,
all the time.
I want all my rights intact to me at all times. I want all my rights intact to me at all times.
All right, I can't understand you. All right,
okay.
Are you still living on border? Are you still living on border? Mr. Goodman, are you still living on border?
Ashley, keep yourself muted, please. Your child keeps crying. Thank you.
No, I live somewhere else. I moved.
All right. Can you give me that address, please?
I stay at hotel rooms from time to time because I don't have no house right now. So I've been staying in hotel rooms.
Geographically, where are you at today?
Detroit, Michigan.
All right. So my next pretrial date is when, Heather?
It is March 8th.
All right. So, Mr. Goodman, I'm going to give you a date on March 8th to file a motion. You file a motion, we'll hear it on March 8th. That's going to be in person.
Motion for dismissal?
Whatever you want to file a motion. You said you wanted to file a motion. So I'm giving you a hearing date for your motion.
What time?
We'll schedule that at 10 a.m. and this is going to be live. No Zoom.
All right.
I'm having trouble
All
with
right.
the
I
audio.
want all my rights and text me all the time.
Pardon
I'm
me?
only here to threaten confusion. I just want all my rights and text me all the times. And everybody just got to prove that they got power of attorney.
Hold on a minute. You got to slow down because you're talking so fast I can't understand you. I keep hearing all time, but that's all I'm getting.
Okay, what I'm saying is for the dismissal, I'm about to put it in today. You got to prove that you got power of attorney law over me. I'm going to have to sue the courthouse for 100-fold.
Mr. Goodman, I don't have to prove a damn thing to you, sir. If you're here on the
You got to prove
listen to your motion.
you got to
If you're
prove
not
that you
here on
got
the
power of attorney law over me. You don't have power. I don't care what you're talking about.
Attorney over you, Mr. Goodman. Listen
Yes,
to
you
me.
do. You need power of attorney law to talk to me. You ain't got no ground. You ain't no standing. You ain't got no ground on understanding. I got the affidavit of truth right here. I got authenticate birth certificate. I got a letter of intent over here right now. I broke all my contracts with the government. I'm not those capital letters. I'm with the 12 tribes of Israel. My name is Israel. I'm an Israelite. I'm with the 12 tribes of Israel. You don't got no power of attorney law over me. I'm pushing for dismissal. I'm suing your courthouse for 100-fold.
Here we go again. Another sovereign citizen threatening to sue the court for $100,000. Like that's ever worked for anyone. The truth is, you can't sue a court just for doing its job. It's just not how the legal system works. For those who don't know, judges enjoy something called judicial immunity, which protects them from litigation over their courtroom rulings. So every time one of these men tries to pull the "I'm suing you" act, it's nothing but a massive waste of time. But what really blows my mind is *, well, you'll see *, let's keep monitoring.
Try it again, counsel. I'm sorry.
Good morning, Your Honor. Patricia Manning for the people, P84088.
All right. And Mr. Goodman, can you hear us okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. And Ms. Murphy, what are we doing on these files?
Judge, it's my understanding that Mr. Goodman has an appointment at the Forensic Center on January 31st. As Your Honor knows, he has pending cases in Frank Murphy. He went before Judge Michael Callahan yesterday. He was, his bond was reinstated with a tether. I believe Your Honor has put a 250, 10% bond on Mr. Goodman. You know, Your Honor, that I'm going to ask you to reduce that bond to something affordable.
All right. So I've got two files. One file's got that 250, 10% with a GPS tether. That would be the February 5, 2022 incident date. And then the other file, which is the misdemeanor file from May 10, 2019, he's just on a personal on that one with a GPS tether.
Right. And you know, Your Honor, that I don't represent him on the DV.
Right, right. But he finally does have a date for a forensic exam?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right. So you just want to adjourn the PCC?
Yes, Judge. And ask for a reduction in bond.
Thank you. And Mr. Goodman, have you talked to an attorney on the domestic violence case, or are you representing yourself on that one?
I have nobody to represent me. I think it was Langford or something was supposed to be my attorney. I'm not sure how it went south.
Okay. All right, counsel, go ahead and make your bond argument. But before you do, just so we're all on the same page, my notes say it's $25,000, 10%, no contact with complaining victim, and GPS tether. Is that your understanding?
So, Judge, I thought it was 250,000, 10%,
I don't know
25,000.
what I just said, but
Oh.
my file says 250. Well, yeah, 250,000, 10%. Correct.
So, Judge, I mean, obviously that's unaffordable. Mr. Goodman is not a man of means.
Who could have guessed? Just one glance at this guy and I'd say he's had a grand total of $2 and a Tootsie Roll in his piggy bank. And honestly, it's no surprising that even the public defenders want nothing to do with him. Now, for those who don't know, public defenders are legally compelled to represent persons who can't afford an attorney, but even they can deny a case if there's an of interest or if the client is just totally impossible to work with, which, let's be real, seems to be the situation here. Oh, and let's not forget, this guy is facing a full-on domestic abuse charge for hitting his girlfriend. That's a legitimate crime with serious implications, and no amount of bogus legal jargon is going to get him off the hook. All right, let's get back in and see how this disaster unfolds.
He and his significant other just acquired new housing, Your Honor. They have a baby. Mr. Goodman needs to be there to assist with childcare responsibilities because both of them were working before Mr. Goodman was taken into custody. I know we've had some issues, Your Honor, with appearing in court. Mr. Goodman has had transportation issues with respect to getting to the forensic center, and that was his issue, Judge. The tether violation was simply a malfunction of equipment. So I would ask Your Honor to, and since they do not have means, Your Honor, I would ask Your Honor to reduce I'm asking Your Honor for a personal with the tether.
Response. And counsel, you don't have to jump up to talk to me. I know it's instinctive, but it's okay if you don't.
Thank you, Your Honor. It is instinctive. Your Honor, in this case, he is before us for a misdemeanor DV. I understand he does have some pending felonies. I understand he's on a GPS tether for the felonies. I believe at this time, the most important thing is that he remain on, or that if he is released, he remains on a GPS tether. So in this case, I would not object to a personal bond.
All right. Ms. Murphy, unfortunately, this is one of those situations where I don't care what the parties think, because I've got a long history. This building's got a long history with Mr. Goodman not showing up in court. So I set the bond for that reason. I'm keeping the bond as it is for that reason.
I totally love Judge Oakley, guys. You can just tell he's a genuinely wonderful guy who doesn't accept garbage. Even when both parties were ready to let this fool walk free, Judge Oakley wasn't having it. He knew just how to handle the matter and offered this person a much-needed reality check. And honestly, that's exactly what a competent judge should do. Hold people accountable instead of them fall through the cracks. What did you guys think about this case? Drop your ideas in the comments. Personally, I thought it was solid, and it's always great to watch Judge Oakley do his thing.
All right, why were you late for court?
I really don't got any excuse besides I got insomnia.
I'm sorry, what?
I really don't got any excuse, but I got insomnia.
He overslept, Judge.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
All right, so here's the thing. You need to be on time for court. Otherwise, you know what's going to end up happening? Whether you're 20 or 18, guess what? We'll make sure that you come on time. If you're not on time, we'll know where you are. You know how we'll know that?
Got my address.
I'm sorry, what?
I said, y'all got my address.
No, because you'll be in Orange and we'll bring you over from the jail. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
How far did you go in school?
In school?
Yes.
To 10th grade.
All right, why did you only go to the 10th grade?
I dropped out
Why?
because there was like a lot of drama.
All right, so let me explain to you about drama. Drama is you coming before the court and not addressing the court properly. Drama is using slang and not proper English coming before the court. So my advice is you probably want to get your GED so that you can get a job, because now it is hard to get good employment without at least a high school diploma. And even if you have a high school diploma, it's still hard. Guess what? People who go to college, and I'm not talking to people who go to college and they're getting a degree in philosophy, finding a job. I mean, people who are going to college, getting a degree in engineering, biology, they're all having a hard time finding employment. So you come along and you don't even have a 10th grade education and you're trying to get employment, it does not look good. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you employed?
I was employed.
So that's a no, right? You're not working?
No, ma'am.
So that means that your mom or somebody is supporting you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So when you come back here on the 27th, you're going to come on time and you're going to address the court properly. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. We have an excuse?
Yes. Once you sign the reset form.
I simply had to share that final clip because honestly, it's strange to witness someone talk to a judge like they're chatting with a friend. You can't just stroll into court and act like you're hanging out in a bar with your buddies. It doesn't work like that. But what I really wanted to talk about is that citizen case. This guy was asterisk screaming asterisk on Zoom the first time, and I have to say, one of the most absurd things I've ever seen. You can't behave like that in court and online. Honestly, I think sovereign citizens should be obliged to appear, and something about addressing the judge makes it far tougher for them to pull their usual. It's easy to seem tough behind a screen, but standing in front of a judge, that's a completely different tale. And on that subject, it definitely feels like judges are getting gentler these days. I get it. Everyone deserves a fair shot, but there's a distinction between fairness and letting squander the court's time. Some of these sovereign citizens need a serious reality check, not limitless chances to disgrace themselves. Judges need to quit allowing these guys drag things out and just shut it down. At the end of the day, they have the power to retain the process instead of letting it turn into a circus. All right, that's enough of my rant. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Do you believe Judge Oakley was fair in that first hearing? Personally, I think he was more than fair. Drop your ideas in the comments, and if you enjoy this kind of work, I'd really appreciate a like and subscribe. I post every day, so stay tuned. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. Take care, and I'll see you next time.